Bill, thanks for this. When you talk about the trifecta, and you can have 2 out of the 3,
Trilemma. Mark's got the trifecta. I do trilemmas, Mark does trifectas.
Pardon, I got my tries confused. So if you can only have 2 out of 3 in the trilemma, who's the you? Is it a country? Is it a region?
That's a really important question. That is a really important question. Britain decided on June 23rd that it didn't want deep economic integration with the rest of Europe. Now, undoing that is an extraordinary challenge, which it's not only not begun, the thinking about how to do it hasn't even begun. By the way, I'll give you just one little example about people. For the last 25 years, nobody in Britain has negotiated a trade agreement. All Britain's trade agreements were negotiated courtesy of Brussels. Now, all of a sudden, they're supposed to negotiate, first of all, a trade agreement with Brussels, and then with everybody else. They don't have the people. They don't exist. So I don't know who they outsource it to. So who at one level, who are voters? And we're talking, this is what this campaign, this election is very much about in this country. But who, when you're talking about the monetary trilemma was set up as a technical problem for elites, for the central bank, the treasury, the president, the prime minister. Are we going to go to floating exchange rates? Floating exchange rates will save us. If we go to floating exchange rates, we escape the monetary trilemma. Didn't really work in 2008. And there's a lot of evidence that capital flows can be so huge that floating exchange rates won't allow you to preserve monetary independence, that your policy will be driven by the flows of capital. With the political trilemma, you can think about examples. So for, Utah benefits from deep economic integration, and it has a representative democratic government. It doesn't have autonomy. And, every once in a while, the Texans say, we want all 3. I think Rick Perry said that before he forgot how many departments of government he was going to close down. And, I'm a New Yorker, so my answer to Texas seceding is, go your way as long as we get Austin as the 6th borough. The point is that the political trilemma is embedded in the political processes, which will be moved from, coherent, more or less rational, thoughtful discourse to outrage, yelling, evasion, and lies. That's the nature of the problem. And that's why Harold James says it takes a long time to rebuild trust. And trust has been, these stresses of the trilemma have stressed trust between citizens and their governments. And that's a real problem. That is a huge challenge. And it's not subject to a technical fix, in my view.